Hello everyone, I'm Mia Lan. I'm from Sweden University of Technology. My case study paper is Building Elder Adults' Confidence in Technology Use through Co-Designing Digital Storytelling. Technology provides potential opportunities for elder adults to improve their quality of life from different perspectives. Previous study explored elder adults' attitude towards technology and shows that they tend to use technology when they perceive its usefulness and find a purpose to use it in their everyday practice. However, some books reported that although elder adults have a strong interest in learning to use technology, they were hesitant and lacked confidence to interact with it. To help elder adults learn about the meaningful use of technology, we conducted a co-design digital storytelling project with a group of residents from independent living unit in a residential care, Martin Luther homes. In this case study, we presented in detail the development of one participant's Christel's story in 6 stages and an audio section. We revolved the challenges experienced and how they were tackled through the development of the story. We visited Martin Luther homes weekly since October 2021. Lifestyle staff helped us recruit residents who were interested in technology use. After a few weeks, 4 residents become regular participants in this activity. Each participant created their own digital story and presented it in the group discussion. Christel is one of the 4 regular participants. She is 86 years old. Christel has a smartphone, a tablet, and a desktop computer set up at home. She can manage basic use and is interested in learning more about her devices. Therefore, she joined the group activity. Now I'd like to talk about the development of Christel's story. Stage 1. Idea generation. Inspired by an online story sharing project conducted during the pandemic, participants proposed to conduct a digital storytelling project where they can learn to use technology to tell their stories. Christel had 2 stories from her childhood during wartime in the beginning. Both stories were situated in difficult times in her life, but her story had humor and warmth. To link to the emotional happiness, she decided to tell the second story. Stage 2. Planning the digital story. As we set the research as a loose, structured, and iterative project that will follow the participants' interests. Some participants were confused about the goal of this activity. Like Christel said, learning about phones and tablets is still very important for me, and with this story, I'd like to know what will happen for now and how much I will be involved. So we clarified the objectives and ensured the participants have an active role in producing the digital materials for their stories. So in this way, she could learn to use technology meaningfully. This process could differ from other participants because each of them have different stories, and each participant decides on the digital materials they wanted to produce. The third stage is experience digital drawing. To help Christel create a sense of her story, I planned to use Procreate to draw together with her. After I introduced the basic use of Procreate to her, Christel drew a landscape quickly. Then we learned that she had experience in drawing before, which we didn't know. She was delighted to use a tablet to draw and insisted on installing a similar project on her devices to practice in her time. So in the following sessions, we introduced the sketchbook to Christel, as it is free and could be supported by her tablet. We also gave her a stylus for drawing. Christel got used to the app quickly by creating the train scenes for her story. After the digital materials preparation, Christel expected to animate the train to match what really happened in her story. I collaborated with her to create the train animation through a website. After that, Christel said that would be the highlight of the story. My grandchildren will be excited when they saw that part. Stage 5 is structuring the story in PowerPoint. After all the materials were ready, we helped Christel create a mind map about her story to organizing her materials and recording the emotions she wanted to express. The blue notes represented the plot of her story, purple notes represented the materials needed for the field, and the pink notes represented the emotion she wanted to express. Following the mind map, the research team put all the content into a PowerPoint and then discussed the design of the slides with Christel. Then we moved to stage 6, polish the story. After we finished the structure of the story in PowerPoint, we worked on the final details of the story. First, Christel added a slide at the beginning to acknowledge all the team's support. Secondly, Christel asked us to add a background image to the part of the story where the potty is passed from children to children. The image came from a tour where Christel's granddaughter and school friends draw portraits of themselves. Music is a thread that elevates the story. The most important moment of the story for Christel is when her little brother started to sing the song. The emotional connection between this song, her memory, and the emotions that Christel wanted to convey in the story raise the importance of working on different audio elements that would represent and highlight the significance of the song. Christel and Diego worked together to combine 4 audios into one to create the audio of the story. The 4 parts are Christel's narration, background music, the song, and the Martin Luther Holmes choir singing. So from this case study, we learned the importance of the emotion goal, the opportunity to create digital materials that could augment the meaning of the story, created a link from the past and the present. The visual materials and the audio contributed to conveying subtle emotions in Christel's story. Digital storytelling supports Christel in articulating her emotions in a new format and include meaningful elements. Also learned that confidence can build through positive experience. From Christel's digital drawing experience, we see a positive loop of technology learning. Although she started uncertain about what she can do, confidence and interest in digital drawing kept built up from the first successful trial. Encouraged by the first use, Christel kept learning and practicing, and then her skill and confidence kept growing up. So through the iterative process, we learned that the co-design approach could help the research team understand the goal of other adults to use technology, provide adequate support, and build confidence in it. So in the future, we plan to conduct different activities, use technologies in the group to learn from their experience.